नमस्कार, मैं लायन डॉक्टर राजू मनवानी विश्व सिंधी सेवा संगम हेडक्वार्टर की तरफ से आप सब लोगों का आज के इस एपिसोड नंबर 1064 में स्वागत करता हूं। 1064 एपिसोड 1064 डिग्निटरीज जो यहां इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर आती हैं और हमें बहुत कुछ सिखा के जाती हैं। आज आदरणीय विनोद सावंतवाडकर सर और आदरणीय पूजा मिसल मैडम हमारे सामने आ रही है, जो कि एक एजुकेशन और मेडिकल जो हर इंसान के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, उसके बारे में आज हम उनसे बातें करेंगे। और उसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा आदरणीय बॉबी करनानी जी, जो हमारे पास ऐसी हस्तियों को लेकर आती है जो हमें बहुत कुछ सिखा के जाती है। आप पूजा जी से और विनोद सर से जो कोई सवाल पूछेंगे यहाँ आप टाइप कर सकते हैं, ये जो नंबर आपकी स्क्रीन के ऊपर है, और वो उन सवालों के जवाब देंगे। लेकिन अगर ये एपिसोड आप अभी मिस कर रहे हो, अभी न देख पा रहे हो, तो रात को YouTube पर जाकर के वॉच करिएगा, कमेंट पास करिएगा, इनकी हिम्मत बढ़ाइएगा। और उस वक्त भी अगर आपके पास कोई सवाल हो तो आप हमें पूछ सकते हैं। मैं और बॉबी जी उनके सवालों के जवाब लेके आप तक जरूर पहुंचाएंगे। लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब लायन राजू मनवानी एंड यू कैन वॉच ऑल द एपिसोड्स 1064। ये प्रोग्राम आपके सामने विश्व सिंधी सेवा संगम प्रॉपर्टी एंथम इंडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, लायन आलोक हरलाल का ग्रीटेक्स मुंबई, लायन निर्मल जैन सर फ्रॉम खनवेल रिसोर्ट सिलवासा एंड लायन किशोर पारवानी फ्रॉम साउथ अफ्रीका आपके सामने लेके आते हैं। ये प्रोग्राम जो कि अब 185 कंट्रीज के अंदर लाइव टेलीकास्ट होता है और पिछले 5 साल के अंदर 30 अप्रैल 2025 तक जो हमारी ये पूरे प्रोग्राम ऑडियंस देख चुकी है, वो अब क्रॉस कर चुकी हैं मोर देन 78 करोड़ 5,38,596। विश्व सिंधी सेवा संगम जो कि अब 89 कंट्रीज और 28 राज्यों में मानवता की सेवा के लिए लगे हुए हैं। इन एपिसोड में हम उन हस्तियों को लेकर आते हैं जो राजनीति या ब्यूरोक्रेट्स या अचीवर्स, मेडिकल, एजुकेशन, बॉलीवुड, टॉलीवुड, उन सारे डिग्निटीज को हम आपके सामने लेके आए हैं। और हमें हमेशा उनकी बातें सुनकर के ऐसा लगता है कि ये 1 घंटे का एपिसोड भी हमें कम पड़ जाता है। 30 सेकंड का एक छोटा सा वीडियो मैं प्रदीप भैया से रिक्वेस्ट करूं। उसके पहले हमारे 7 इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन हो चुके हैं VSSS विश्व सिंधी सेवा संगम के, और 8वां 9, 10, 11 जनवरी ताज होटल भोपाल में होने जा रहा है। मध्य प्रदेश के गवर्नर, मध्य प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री और मध्य प्रदेश के दोनों उप मुख्यमंत्री, ये सब इन 4 दिन में, 3 दिन में हमारे साथ रहेंगे। डिटेल आपकी स्क्रीन के ऊपर, आप हमें कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। और बॉबी जी को बुलाऊं उसके पहले एक छोटा सा वीडियो भोपाल कन्वेंशन का टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर सर से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा को आपको दिखाएं। प्रदीप भैया, ओवर टू यू। थैंक यू वेरी मच। और उन दोनों हस्तियों का इंट्रोडक्शन देने के लिए मैं आदरणीय बॉबी करनानी जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि वो स्क्रीन के ऊपर आए। बॉबी जी, ओवर टू यू प्लीज।
Thank you very much for this warm welcome. Good evening and Jai Jhulelal. Yes.
जय झूलेलाल।
So today's Pune's golden chapter. Even I was very excited and little nervous also because जो personalities आज हम आपके सामने VSS के स्टेज पे लेके आ रहे हैं, उन्हें फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इंट्रोडक्शन की not only the Pune, they don't need any introduction in Maharashtra. They both are icon amazingly in their respective field. एंड बताते हुए बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, दोनों का बैकग्राउंड इतना स्ट्रांग है पर जो भी पोजीशन पे आज वो दोनों हैं अपने खुद के हार्डवर्क की वजह से। Pooja Misalji, one of the icon in education industry. Vinod sir, icon in medical industry. Jahangir Hospital is very, very respected hospital, and as everybody knows, and as a CEO, he is serving and fantastically as he joined Jahangir Hospital, it is on the next level. So I'm really, really humbly like blessed moment for me, Mr. Manmani, that through your and your VSS show, I'm presenting them both of on this platform. Thank you very much for this.
इट्स अ ग्रेट ऑनर बॉबी जी, आप विनोद सर को और पूजा जी को लेके आई हैं और आज उनसे हम बहुत कुछ सीखेंगे, उनके बारे में जानेंगे, उनके लाइफ जर्नी के बारे में जानेंगे। तो आइए हम पहले बॉबी जी को धन्यवाद करते हुए विनोद सर जी को रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि सर वो प्लीज स्क्रीन के ऊपर आए। आदरणीय विनोद सावंतवाडकर जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आज के हमारे इस एपिसोड नंबर 1064, जो कि 185 कंट्रीज के अंदर आज लोग जानना चाहेंगे विनोद सर की लाइफ जर्नी के बारे में, उनके अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में। कई संस्थाओं से आप जुड़े हुए हैं और कई ऐसी बातें हैं जो मुझे लगता है विनोद सर आज आपसे हमारी ऑडियंस सीख करके जाएगी। सो सर, ओवर टू यू अबाउट योर लाइफ जर्नी एंड योर अचीवमेंट्स एंड अबाउट द जहांगीर हॉस्पिटल। प्लस मैं गूगल के ऊपर आपका इंट्रोडक्शन पढ़ रहा था, काफी लंबा है और मुझे मालूम है कि आप नट शेल में शायद आप अच्छी तरह बता पाएंगे। ओवर टू यू सर।
Thank you very much, Dr. Rajuji. Thank you for me having here. Thank you for Miss Bobby ji for actually reaching out and saying that why don't you become a part of this Vishwa Sindhi Seva Sangam. So I'm very honored and humbled at the same time to be part of this, and also thanks to Dr. Pooja, who is also joining this show. Yes, as Bobby ji said, and many of us would be knowing that Jahangir is one of the pioneer in healthcare when it comes to Maharashtra and certainly in Pune. We are almost 80 years old organization. We started with the value system of giving back to the society. That's how the health system got started at Jahangir. We had a very humble beginning with few people, well wishers of Pune, reaching out to the current Jahangir chairman's family way back 80 years back, saying that look, we would like to have some health system starting in Pune. Of course, the vision was not that you create a quaternary care or the system what we have right now, but with a very simple beginning that we require good health system in Pune, and why don't we start? So that's how we started way back, absolutely giving back to the society. So the current chairman's family, his grandparents, very graciously, with the support of some like-minded people, started this system, and today we are a 350-bedded quaternary care hospital. If you come to the hospital, you will find that everywhere, when you talk to the people, whether it is a ward boy or whether it is our doctors or whether it is our security and everyone, we are still working very hard, and we are trying retaining that value of we have to give back to the society. We need to provide good healthcare system to the people, and with the passion of retaining the value. We always says that we always try to modernize while retaining our core value. The core value is giving care to the people. So that's a mantra which we all live at Jahangir. That's a mantra which we keep it in our mind when we are taking any decisions, whether it is a day-to-day decision or whether it is a strategic decision which we have to take in the hospital. But the basic philosophy remains same, that we add care. Basic philosophy is giving back to the society. Basic philosophy is not compromising your value system, which is nothing but patient first. Well, I've been with Jahangir for last 5 years, and I'm thoroughly enjoying my tenure with Jahangir. Uh, because I find as a CEO, I don't find it very different, because every person in the organization, we are roughly around 1,500 people working together to make sure that life's win. So I don't find it difficult, because this core value is so much into everyone in the system. So I don't have to spend much time into it. My time, most of the time, my job is to listen to people, because everyone at every period thinking how to make the patient life better at the hospital, and the family of the patient, how we can make them So my job is most of the time listen to them, and sometime that's very rarely to advise them.
Sir, just 5 years you have joined the Jahangir Hospital. उसके पहले की जर्नी के बारे में भी कुछ बताना चाहेंगे हमारी ऑडियंस को?
Well, before Jahangir, I'm basically from Goa. So yeah, so I moved as most of the people, at certain age would move out. So I moved out of Goa for my, in seeking my professional growth, and that's where I joined again a very notable healthcare provider, Wokhart group of hospitals, and I stayed with Wokhart for almost over close to 13 years, and that's where my most of the learning happened. And equally a fabulous organization. I learned the core values at Wokhart when it comes to healthcare. I understood, how one need to see the healthcare. Doesn't matter in what positions you are, but ultimately, what is important is your health is something which need to win. The life is something which need to win. And over 13 years, I went through the complete churn which a good administrator or good healthcare leader need to learn in order to manage any large or a smaller healthcare organization. So before joining Jahangir, I was with Wokhart for almost close to 13 years. And before Wokhart, I actually started my career as a business intelligence analyst. I had no link to get into the healthcare. I started my career as a business intelligence analyst. I spent couple of years, in down south, and then actually moved to Wokhart. And when I moved to Wokhart, I really liked Wokhart. I was barely maybe around 24 years old when I started my career with Wokhart. After spending couple of years, I found that yes, this is a space where I would like to. And a lot of credit goes to Wokhart and the team and the leaders to whom I met, the one who mentored me, and I started developing a liking, because in a way you are doing service to the community, you are doing a service to the society, because I mean service to mankind is service to God, and that is what I believed. एंड जैसे चलते गए तो सिलसिला काफ़ी अच्छा होते गया. आई मेट मोर पीपल हु एनकरेज्ड मी टू डू more things, better things, and turned me into a good professional. And in between, I had a small stint with Jahangir, almost for 11 months. That was almost around 12 years back. Yeah, maybe 12 years back. That's how I had a connection with Jahangir. And then I moved back to Wokhart, because I had some domestic reasons to go back to Wokhart, and that too in Goa. Then I worked with Wokhart for a while, almost for another 7 years, and then I joined back Jahangir as a CEO, and it's been last 5 years I've been working as a CEO, and it has been really amazing.
Sawantwadkar means now I understood Sawantwadi, Goa. So that's the reason that surname has been added to Vinod sir.
Must have been, but Sawantwadi is actually in Maharashtra. But my place is very close to Sawantwadi, maybe a distance of around 50 or 60 kilometers, maybe less than that. Not by road, but by air distance. I come from a place in North Goa called as Sakli. But as we know in past, there was no state as such. The entire region was one. So we find quite similar surname between that, the borderline of Maharashtra and the North Goa, and similar way quite familiar surnames in South Goa and the parts of Karnataka. So if you come into these two places, Karnataka and Maharashtra, the borderline, you will find surnames which are very common in Goa.
Common languages completely. Vinod sir, you were talking about your mentor, that who was mentoring you, like for this. Basically, you are not from the medical line, but being from the business background, now you are working as a CEO of
Absolutely.
Jahangir, right, sir?
Yeah.
So would you like to say something about your mentor?
Yes, I mean, I had, I didn't have one particular mentor as such, because every stage, because we go through various stages. So when you're at a certain stage, you look up to somebody, and immediately the person to whom you look up is, at a professional level, is your immediate boss, and that's where you learn few things from them. So if I look at right now, I would clearly say my mentor is my our chairman, Mr. Rather Mr. Sir Jahangir.
Okay.
Uh, he is my mentor, and there's a lot to learn. It is not particularly about how to run the hospital or how to look at the commercial side of it or a business side of it, but while working with him, I realized my business is very different. My business is not to look at the balance sheet. Of course, that's a very small part of it, but my business is to provide healthcare service to the people. That's my business. My business is to understand unspoken words. When anybody who come to the hospital, they come with they only come to the hospital when they cannot do anything outside the hospital, right? So my business is look at the empathy part of it. My business is to look at how I can add care to them, right? My business to look at how I can make the patient who come to the hospital comfortable and how I can make their family comfortable is what I learn, because rest of the things are available in the books. I can look at the books, I can Google it. I will come to know all the ratios, calculations, the PNL. I would like to, I would get to know about a lot about qualities, and all those things are there, and they are very essential for me to deliver what I'm talking.
That's right.
But these are the few of the core areas which I learned from my mentor, and who is none other than our chairman. And he would always, and he wouldn't guide me as such, because he's a person to whom I need to observe. He's not a person who will instruct me. He's not a person who will conduct me very formally, saying that, hey, Vinod, tell me what you are going to do. No, that doesn't work with him. I need to spend time around him. I need to understand, because everybody have a different way of, and that has worked very well with me, and that's how I'm understanding what my business is. I'm actually reshaping myself. I'm reinventing myself. Maybe that is what is needed at my position. In understanding the healthcare, you cannot see healthcare as consumer durables, or you cannot see healthcare as a FMCG, or you cannot see healthcare as any commercial industry. Yes, we require commercial in order to make ourselves sustainable. We require commercial in order to have a continuity, but what we typically call it as a CSF, critical success factor. The critical success factor for a healthcare is to make sure that you provide the required services for our patients. You need to always innovate, wherein you can provide the additional clinical facilities to the patients. What is that new you can bring it to the hospital, which is going to lessen the burden of the community in the space of healthcare? So I consider him to be my mentor uh, right now, and I look forward to work with him closely.
So the functioning and the detail, how the Jahangir hospital is working, and how it is not only for the rich people, even the medium family or poor family. What exactly is your hospital is doing? Would you like to tell our audience about that?
Of course, very much. We are basically a charitable trust.
Okay.
So we provide services. We don't discriminate when it comes to providing healthcare services. In a hospital, there's one word which has been completely barred, is called as VIP.
That's right.
We don't have this word in our hospital at all.
Okay.
If at all it has to be there, then it is for everyone. Everyone
Okay.
is VIP for us, right? So, as a hospital, we do charitable work, which means we give treatment to the people free of cost, people who are eligible and who come under certain category. We
Okay.
also give a treatment to the people at something called as, they pay 50%, and for the 50% we give them a waiver.
Okay.
We also do a lot of work with the government institutes, wherein we provide treatment at a subsidized rates,
Hmm.
and we also give it treatment wherein we have the categories which are more of a privileged category, like private and above, wherein the treatment comes at the actual cash price.
Okay.
So this is a way how we do a lot of subsidized and a free treatment in terms of the cost. But apart from that, we are doing a lot of work in terms of doing the screening camps, which are absolutely free. making sure that we making sure that people don't reach out very late, making sure that we see the patient people at a nascent stage of the disease, wherein we can treat them at a very early stage, and people don't have to get into a bigger problem at later, and they don't have to go through a mental trauma. As a hospital, I think that we are the unique hospital. We also have something called as wellness center,
Okay.
wherein we are not only doing it the health checkup. We do health checkup, but we also provide a lot of alternate therapies to the people also, wherein it is
Okay.
not only about your physical, but we are also looking greatly into the mental health also. It's one of its kind center which is there in Pune. Many people don't do it because that's a straight competition to what you are doing at a hospital, because hospital we treat sick people, right, most of the time. But here at wellness center, we actually look at the people who are absolutely normal, and we want people to be normal. That's what our mantra is. We want people to be absolutely fine, and so that they can be more productive. They are the national assets. They can perform better. Whatever they are doing, they can certainly do better, and we want them to stay in that space for a longer period. So that's what all the work which we provide at wellness center, which is provided by artificial intelligence, which is powered by our able healthcare providers, the experts which are available. And the response has been so very good that we are thinking to multiply it. We are thinking to make the bigger centers, and those centers are as big as close to 8,000 to 10,000 square feet of the place, and they are the exclusive centers, and they are not in the hospital. They are away from a hospital, and they are away from a hospital by design. So that's also another area which we are looking. Uh, Not only treating people at the hospital, but also treating people who are fit and fine, because we want them to stay fit and fine. That we are doing at a wellness center, and we want this space to grow. We would never like the second space to grow, but yes, we have so much of disease burden, so we are looking at the expansion in the current hospital also.
Okay. Great. Would you like to give little more detail about the departments? How many departments in the hospital and how many doctors are there, and what kind of all kind of the diseases has been taken care in Jahangir?
Yes, we are basically institute. When I say
Okay.
we are a 350 bedded hospital, we are also a hospital which has a teaching program. We have diploma programs working in the hospital. We have DNB programs working in the hospital, almost into 13 branches.
Okay.
At any point of time, we would have 80 plus DNB students at the hospital. In various years, we have first year, second year, kind of thing which happens in academics. But we run it in a 13 different discipline. We also do a research in the hospital,
Oh.
very prestigious research. We have a research institute by name SCJMRI, which stands for Hirabai Kawasji Jahangir Medical Research Institute, which is been contributing very highly in juvenile diabetes. We have institute which has adopted over 650 kids, and we are providing them, we are providing them the insulins, whatever the support infrastructure what we needed. We are also counseling not only to them, we are going step ahead, counseling their parents. Even sometimes we have to go to their schools and tell them, because they are kids, they don't know how to maintain themselves when it comes to a diabetes. So we have created a complete ecosystem in order to make sure that those kids which are there, they have been looked after well. I'm very happy to say that this program is running for over 15 years, and it's doing very well. The kids who were inducted with us way back, we are very proud to say today they're absolutely fine, and some of them have picked up jobs in various areas, right from corporate life to the social life and teaching life, and they're doing very very well. So we have a lot of research work happening in those areas. We are doing a lot of research in juvenile bone health also,
Okay.
and various other areas, right from obstetric to to oncology, to neuro, all these areas. We also have a sister concern which works on the clinical trials, which also works on the research work, because research is something which is equally very very important in terms of introducing new molecules, or conducting the research of some of the pharmaceutical companies. So we do all this work. Now coming back to the hospital, it's a pretty large hospital. We have a very very elaborated services, very elaborated services, you name, and most of them are with us. We are basically a quaternary care hospital, which means we don't only do the regular treatment, but we also do the transplant and the other work. Now, to give you a major specialities in which we work end to end in the cardiac science, which means right from cardiology to cardiac surgeries, adult, pediatric, all kind of work which we do it in cardiac. In cardiology, we would do it right from coronary work to structural heart disease and everything. And we are one of the large and a very efficient cardiac service provider in this part of the state. We also do end-to-end work in orthopedics. Every services we provide in orthopedics. We do a lot of work in neurology and neurosurgery. We have fantastic emergency medicine department, which has been awarded by many associations like World Stroke organizations and the other organizations. Our critical care has been a backbone of the organization. We do work in urology, we do work in nephrology. Our OBGY, obstetric and gynecology, has been a pioneering department in the city, and definitely in the hospital, wherein we have a long history and a very good legacy of doing the work, and that's an end-to-end work. So we do work in bone marrow transplant, we do work in liver transplant, we have a gastroenterology department, which is a state-of-art department, endoscopy. We have a oncoscience department, which is equally fantastic, and we have many more departments. It's a hospital which provide plethora of services. At the end, we have a fantastic diagnostics, because you cannot run a good show without having good
That's
investment, good
correct.
infrastructure and diagnostic, whether it is a pathology, or it is a radiology, or it is blood bank and the other services. So the team has worked very very hard in making sure that all those finer aspects of running the hospital are being taken care. We run we run highly quality accreditation programs. We have been accredited by NABH for a hospital. Our nursing program has been accredited by NABH. Our laboratory services have been accredited by NABL. Our OT services have been accredited by quality programs. Our endoscopy services have been separately accredited by quality programs. So we run all these quality programs. Apart from that, we have our internal quality programs also, which make sure that at no point of time we lose in what our mission is to provide, the care to the patient, and we make sure that we don't keep any loose end when it comes to the patient care.
Great information, sir. It's a great one. I have a few photographs of yours. If you allow me, I would like you to say something about that, Pradeep bhaiya. Show some photographs what we downloaded from the Google. So Vinod sir would like to say something about that. Yes. Okay. Innovation. This is the healthcare innovation. What Jahangir Hospital Vinod sir was telling us. Sir, if you would like to say something about each photograph, you can. Next.
Okay, well, I think so. I was talking at this summit in terms of the healthcare innovation, and I was talking about the digital space, because as we run the hospital, things around us has changed, and is changing at a very rapid space. I was talking about how digital space can create a disruption. This
Okay.
is about the kidney transplant program, which I was talking to people at Wokad Nasik, and I was getting facilitated at this program.
Great.
So,
Yeah. Good. Women's Day
uh,
Award.
yeah, this is a Women's Day Award. This is a Viman Nagar Women's Association,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
basically headed by a very able leader, Miss Bobby Karnali, and she invited me there
Great.
as the guest. This is again a very interesting. The lady we see in this program is Miss Lale, and
Okay.
she's a CEO, and she runs an organization by name Prashanti Cancer Care Institute, which works very closely with us for our cancer care program.
Okay.
This was, when we were celebrating our 75th
Oh,
year of inception of Jahangir Hospital.
okay. Okay.
That was my first year to Jahangir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This was our
78.
70. This was our Founders Day for 78th year,
Oh.
and I see some of the very prominent faculties in that.
प्रदीप वापस दिखाना वाला फोटोग्राफ्स पहले वाला.
I see some of the very senior people in this program.
Yeah,
The
I can.
man
Yes, sir.
right on
Okay.
my left hand side is
That's right. Yeah.
Padamji, who is our trustee, and the doctors are there. Yeah. This was also an award which we received.
Okay. 5th IPLA. Great. Okay. And this is checked with Mr. Vinod Samantwani, the entry.
Yeah, this was also Jahangir got awarded for a India Achiever Award, Indian
Okay.
Achiever Award. This was I would like you to be on this thing because it is a very rare photo. We see a three very senior consultant right from left, a lady, Dr. Duty, to Dr. Deshpande, and the man who is cutting the cake is Dr.
Okay.
Idibam. Now, Dr.
Okay.
We were celebrating 50 years of Dr. Idibam's service at Jahangir Hospital.
Oh.
Now, that's a value of the hospital.
Great.
A
Great.
doctor staying with you for 50 years
It's a big thing.
rare.
Yeah.
And the man behind him is already 55 years in Jahangir. We go back to that photograph.
Go back.
Yeah. So the man behind him in blue shirt, Dr. Deshpande,
Yes,
he celebrated his 50 years, I think so 6 years back.
Oh God. Oh God.
And the lady towards the left with the white, apron. I think so soon I don't know how many years, but soon we should be celebrating 50 years of her in Jahangir. If may not be in next 3-4 years, but at least in next 5-6 years. So that's a legacy, which Jahangir Hospital has.
That's right. Yeah.
And they are the one who have developed the place.
Great.
So this was my photograph at Wokhad Hospital, Nasik, with my complete team.
Okay. Wow. Great. Do you get the time for yourself, for your hobbies?
Yeah, I won't say hobbies as such, but yeah, some of my daily routines have become my hobby, and I really enjoy them. I do get time for myself. I spend time with my family. During the weekends, I'm absolutely not only during weekend, but otherwise also I work out, and I spend time with family. So there is no fourth thing which is there, which I spend time. I either spend time with my family at the office, which is my family where I spend most of the time. Then I spend some time doing workout, maybe a walk or going to a gym or doing a swimming.
Okay.
And very important, I spend time with my family where I rejuvenate, where I get my energy back. And same thing I do at office. So I do get time for myself. I enjoy what I do.
Vinod sir, finally, what message you would like to convey to the audience listening to you all over the world before going?
Yeah. The message which I would like to tell everybody is, see, when you do something, you have to make sure that do it in a such a way that you may not get second chance. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
So whenever you are doing something, do it with the perfection. At the end of the day, when you go to the bed, you should get a good sleep.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove it to others. If you know that you have given your 200%, you would get a good sleep. Right?
That's right.
You have to do it in a such a way that you may not have a second chance to do it again. So, and if at all get a second chance, not to you but somebody else, he or she should feel what a person, what a job he has done, or he has done fantastic, or she has done fantastic job. So that's one message which I would like to give it to everyone. And whatever is there with you right now, it's a golden opportunity. Make maximum out of it. That's what I would like.
Sir, what a great episode and great information what we received from you today. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. And it's a great honor for VSS. Thanks to Bobby. Because of that, we were able to talk to you today. And very educating episode, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raju. Thank you so much to your complete team. Thanks to Miss Bobby, and thank you everyone for having us here. It's a great honor for me to be part of such a prestigious Sangam, Sindhi Seva Sangam. I'll be always, I'll treasure this with me. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच विनोद सर. सो ये थे आदरणीय विनोद सावंतवाडकर सर, जो जहांगीर हॉस्पिटल पुणे से जुड़े हुए थे और काफी इंफॉर्मेटिव इंफॉर्मेशन जो उन्होंने हमें दी है. अगर आपने मिस किया हो तो रात को यूट्यूब पर जाकर के उन्हें जरूर वॉच करिएगा और कमेंट पास करिएगा. और अभी भी कुछ ऐसे सवाल हो जो अगर आपको पूछने हो तो यू कैन प्लीज सेंड टू अस. विल आस्क विनोद सर टू गिव द रिप्लाई टू यू. थैंक यू सो मच. सो नेक्स्ट इज आदरणीय Bobby is coming back. Bobby, you would like to come back or no? Directly, दोनों के बारे में बता दिया गया था. मैं चाहूंगा प्रदीप भैया कि विनोद सर अपने पूजा जी को आप स्क्रीन के ऊपर लेके आए. पूजा जी, नमस्कार. वेलकम टू यू.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor as well. Thank you for
It's a
having me.
great honor to us, Pooja ji, because I heard so much about you from Bobby, and when I was going through the Google, I think so. This is the very less information even on the Google what I was having, but I can just, I mean, it's a great honor to us for having you with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bobby ji is always very kind and she says all the nice and right things about me. So I'm really glad to have her in my life as well. Thank you so much.
All right, Pooja ji, I really would like to request you only about your life journey, your achievements, and what exactly you're doing. And in case you would like to talk something about your family, over to you, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know if half an hour is enough for me to talk about my family.
It will be very less. I know that it's very. Bobby should give you
I'm just joking.
Both of you.
Yeah. Right. As you may have seen that my journey started very young. I was just out of my own university when I thought of starting something in education field, and it came from a place of India has potential, and I feel like वो पागल लोग होते हैं ना जिनको लगता है कि वो दुनिया थोड़ी बदल सकते हैं, तो उनमें से शायद मैं हो सकती हूँ, ऐसे मेरी माँ बोलती है मुझे.
Okay.
That I feel like I can make a change, I can do something for the country. तो वो दिमाग में लेके मैं इंडिया वापस आई मेरा मास्टर्स करके. मैं यूके में थी मास्टर्स के लिए. मैं बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड से हूँ और मुझे लगा कि एजुकेशन में बहुत ज़्यादा पोटेंशियल है और हर चीज़ का जो मेन चीज़ लाइक द मेन पार्ट और द मेन उगम जिसका होता है वो एजुकेशन से ही होता है. So even for a country or a state to be developed, education is something which is most important. So it's completely driven out of passion. And I started working on how to build a college when I was barely 22 years old myself. And I worked in a college in Pune city to understand how India works, how the systems work, what are the departments, क्या होता है, क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, what is it that I would like to improve, so on and so forth. And at the same time, I started building my college as well in Pune. And शुरुआत से ही मुझे पता था कि मुझे अच्छा कैंपस बनाना है, because how else will students want to come to a new college? कि क्या credentials हो गए ना नए कॉलेज के, कि एक छोटी बच्ची कोई चालू कर रही है और ऐसे कैसे लोग आएंगे. So that little bit of self-doubt, is always there lingering. How much ever with confidence and passion one pursues their, direction, there's still a little bit of self-doubt that we have. So with all that, I was extremely lucky. I'm very privileged that I come from a family that not only supported this, but encouraged it and invested in it. So that is a very big thing, which is not available for a lot of people. So I feel like कि हाँ मैं privileged तो हूँ, पर मैं मेरा privilege कितनी अच्छी तरह से use कर सकती हूँ बाकी लोगों के लिए, उसमें मैं ज़्यादा believe करती हूँ. तो वो समझ लेके मैं आगे बढ़ती गई. Thankfully, my mother is extremely supportive. My mother herself is a very dynamic woman. She is a social worker. She's a politician. She's a minister now from the state of Maharashtra. She handles 5 different departments and additionally is a guardian minister for Kolhapur.
Wow.
So she herself is at such a level that for us, we are 3 siblings. For us to do anything, it feels small. हमें लगता है कि नहीं हमें और बहुत कुछ करना है क्योंकि हम हमारी माँ को देखते हैं. My inspiration, since you asked me about family, my inspiration was always my father. He was the most ambitious person. जो rags to riches का बोलते हैं stories जो हम बॉलीवुड में हॉलीवुड में देखे हैं, वो मैंने खुद देखा है with my father. He was extremely driven, hardworking, and helpful to a fault. मतलब खुद के पास अगर 100 रुपए है और किसी ने 200 मांगे तो वो 100 रुपए किसी से उधार लेके दे देंगे. ऐसे थे वो। तो उनसे बहुत सीखा है मैंने, एंड यू नो दैट कीप्स मी गोइंग, सो दैट द होल थिंग अबाउट let's do something to help people. I think that is what drives me in education. Let's make it better for the people around. That drives me to education. And I was so privileged that I got to go to the best universities. मैं सिम्बायसिस में थी, मैं यूके में कार्डिफ में थी, मैं हार्वर्ड भी जाके आई हूँ। मुझे इतना प्रिविलेज है, तो मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि I should at least try to give that a little bit to people here. So, like I said, I can continue talking about education. But yes, in short, that's my story. Right now, we've completed 11 to 12 years, actually, 12 years now of the college. And yes, we have about 600 students.
Rightly said by the Shakespeare's, the difference between the educated and uneducated person is just like a dead body and the alive person. Very true.
Yes.
Rightly said completely. Poojaji, would like to say something more about your college and subjects and students and what kind of the challenges you are getting over there? Like, would you like to tell us, or any achievements what I did not find out from the Google? If you would like to tell.
I have no idea what you found from Google, sir. So I'm a little concerned of what you have read about. But you know, like because we are a standalone college, हमने ज़्यादा marketing या promotion ऐसे इसमें ज़्यादा पैसे डाले नहीं. You know how it is when it's on social media or it's anywhere else. Marketing is a lot of investment in terms of money, and being a new college, I still call it new even though it's been 12 years, because for me I look at it from that angle कि और क्या अच्छा और नया कर किया जा सकता है. So what I would say is that I think the biggest achievement is how my students or my alumni are flourishing in their work. We have courses for architecture. We have masters also in architecture, project management, that is. And recently we are starting a bachelor in design. Before that, it was interior design only. And we have these combined courses with foreign universities as well for master's level. And even so, we have a structure where it is a very horizontal structure, it's not a hierarchy. So what that means is anyone who has any issue in finishing their job, they can immediately come to me if they have a problem, and I will offer them a solution. So there's no time wasted. So I think that has been one of the biggest things for our institute, कि वो बहुत ही कम पीरियड में टॉप 3 में है महाराष्ट्र में, and I think that's the reason. And our alumni is doing so well in their work. They're taking such amazing projects. और वो जब मुझे लिखते हैं, they write to me either on social media or on my phone, and they're like, ma'am, you know, we are here and we realized that how brick has made us into great, not only great architects, but also humans. And we are doing better than people around us who are from different countries even. So we are really proud to be from brick. And I think that is something which really like gives me the satisfaction and the वो बोलते हैं ना job satisfaction कहाँ है तुम्हारी, तो वो उधर है कि like you know when the students come back and say that we are so thankful that you are here.
Poojaji, in 22 years young age, you thought of it to become an educationist and you thought of it your big dreams. जबकि उस उम्र के अंदर लड़के लड़कियां अपनी लाइफ एंजॉय करना चाहते हैं, बट यू who was the right person, mentor, and who has you thought of it to become an educationist and you started thinking about the college? How come like can be possible in this young age?
I don't know, sir. Actually, I also ask myself that. I think it was partly love for my country. It was partly मुझे कुछ करके दिखाना है. It was partly पापा का नाम रोशन करना है, and a mixture of all that. And something I want to do something impactful. It was always there on my mind right when I was in 11th, 12th grade. I lost my father very early in my life. So I felt like it's a responsibility for me to be that family, you know, someone for the family. वो जो बोलते हैं ना चिराग जैसे. So maybe it's a mixture of all that. I don't think I can pinpoint on anything, any one thing. I'm internally driven from a younger age to do something or to make a difference. And I think I've always observed and seen how my father used to be with people, how many people he helped in his life in a very short span of life that he had. And I think he's a mentor without being here, because I try to think that अच्छा पापा क्या करते थे इस particular situation में, and I try to do that. Of course, we can't be the same as our parents, but it's something that has been my guiding force. uh, like I said, my family is extremely supportive. We are a joint family, so my aunt and my uncle, they are always there. If मम्मी के साथ कुछ मैच नहीं हो रहा है तो वो दोनों आके सुला कर देंगे that no, support puja. And I think that is such a privilege to have, so like just family itself. And I was very lucky that there were people like BV Doshi, architect BV Doshi, jo Padma Shri the. He's one of the best architects in the country. He passed away, unfortunately. But when he realized that I am doing this college, he self-proclaimed that I'm going to be your mentor. I'm going to tell you what to do, what not to do. And getting his time is something that people would die for. But he would call me on his own and say कि आ जाओ अहमदाबाद में मुझसे मिलने आ जाओ.
क्या?
He was one of the SEPT founders. So so I met a number of amazing people in my life who actually helped me, pushed me, mentored me without even me asking or without them realizing.
Pooja Missal, as a student, 22 years when she was a young, and student now in your college, what is the difference, Pooja ji, you feel?
In between students, how they are?
Yeah, when you were the student, that time and now, what is the difference between the students?
Oh my God, there is a whole generation gap, I feel. Um, Back when I was a student, I think options were very simple. There were fewer options for you to get onto a path towards success.
Okay.
Now what has happened is, हमारे country में most of the populations roti kapda makan पूरा set हो गया है. So what now they are looking for is, what do I want to do? What difference can I make? And they're a little lost. कभी कभी ऐसे लगता है that they are not sure of what they are good at, what they want to do. And on the other side, some of them are so sure, so stubborn कि नहीं मुझे यही करना है, that they don't see anything other than that. So these are these two types of people that we are dealing with in this new generation of students. And that is why I started this online platform, which actually lets school students try out different courses in different career fields,
Okay.
and then get a mentor, get a counseling, so that they can make an informed choice about क्या करना है life में.
एक हमारी जनरेशन थी, एक आपकी जनरेशन है, और अब तीसरी जनरेशन आ गई है पूजा जी.
Yes.
जो रेस्पेक्ट हम अपने गुरुओं को देते थे, आई डोंट नो इन योर एज व्हाट यू यूज्ड टू डू इट, एंड नाउ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द न्यू जनरेशन. आई डोंट थिंक सो दे आर सो मच बॉदर और रेस्पेक्ट, और हम लोग बिना पाँव छुए हुए स्कूल से या कॉलेज से निकलते नहीं थे.
Right. Yeah. I think there's a cultural shift, but they do respect. I think the respect is not based on age or seniority anymore. I think the respect is more about what the person brings to them, or what they see the person as. So, for example, they are very vocal about, अगर कोई टीचर अच्छा नहीं सिखा रहे हो या फिर उनको इतना नॉलेज नहीं है ऐसे लग रहा है स्टूडेंट्स को, they are very vocal about it, that we are not gaining anything from this. I don't think they're coming from a place of disrespect, but they're just coming from a place of little bit of entitlement कि और ये हमारा right है, maybe that, and the way they speak is very different than what we would at their age. So that is the difference. But I have seen also a lot of love and respect from students to people they actually genuinely feel respectable towards.
As you said rightly that you are a very patriotic and you would like to do something about your country. वो संस्कार, वो तहजीब, आपको लगता है आजकल के स्कूल कॉलेजेस में कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई ऐसा पीरियड या कुछ ऐसा वक्त उन बच्चों को उनके लिए दिया जाता है या देना चाहिए?
दिया जाता है या नहीं, I think it's very individualistic. Different institutes have different philosophies. देना चाहिए 100%, because there is a lot of misinformation or misguidance online. अभी social media इतना rampant हो गया है that anything that you see on the screen, you can either believe it completely or then you absolutely disbelieve, depending on what is your frame of mind. So
Right,
उसमें मेरे observation से क्या हो रहा है कि there is a part of the population that is brewing towards patriotism, saying that India is amazing, and how our even our prime minister is doing such a great job of we are globally recognized, log hame seriously le rahe hai. But there is the other type which I don't know what they are seeing, but they are seeing that India is as useless as always. I want to get out of this place. There is no freedom of speech. I mean, क्या बात कर रहे हो यार, कुछ भी बोलते हैं लोग टीवी के सामने और आप बोल रहे हो कि there is no freedom of speech. So it's a little misguidance because of social media also. But there is a lot of hope because of the way our country is positioned in the global framework. I think there's a lot of hope that the generation also has that kuch to hai.
Your age, two young girls, Colonel Qureshi and Colonel Vyoma Singh, what they did the fantastic recently, what you have seen in Operation Sindoor.
Yes.
Your comments about them.
See, again, I think these are two women who are following their passion, and they're doing it out of love for not only their job but also their country. And that's the reason that they can be at that stature and still be themselves and be calm and composed and do the job so honestly and so well. I think that is a message to take for everyone, that just follow. It sounds very cliche, but follow your passion and try to make a difference, not to yourself but to the people around you. And that is going to lift you up. That is going to take you to a level where even you can't imagine.
Your mom is one of the very well-known personality of Maharashtra. You never ever thought of it, Poojaji, that even you should follow her and her in a way of the politics or somewhere, something like that?
No, sir. Politics is not for someone like me. आपने देखा होगा मैं कितना एकदम मुफट हूँ, मैं कुछ भी बोल देती हूँ.
But
Politics is not something that interested me actually. I love how the government functions. मुझे policies के side में बहुत interest है. How the departments work, how our country works. It's magnificent because there are so many people and how everything percolates to the last person in the city, in a small town. It's beautiful. So that definitely is very interesting. However, politics is not my calling. Education is something that I genuinely love and would pursue it till the last day.
what's your hobbies, by the way, other than educationist?
Oh, I have a lot of hobbies actually. I do a lot of things for myself. I travel by myself a lot. I go visit places. I meet my friends up sometimes. I watch a lot of shows on Netflix, and I read books whenever I get the time to. In fact, I take a vacation so that I can go read a book. That also I have done sometimes. So I do give myself a lot of time and space and the rejuvenation that is required.
Any of the few things you would like to talk about your dad, mom, or your family?
I think I've said whatever. It's just I'm extremely grateful to have them as a family. In fact, every day I pray that thank you that I am born in this family, because they really not only say but show us how to dream big and do big things. So it's just something that so lucky, very lucky.
About your siblings?
Oh, my siblings are amazing. I'm the oldest sister. So they think I bully them, but I don't. And they are all doing really well in their own lives. My younger sister, she's an architect herself. She lives in Sri Lanka, so she works there. My
Okay.
brother is younger than her even, so he's almost 8 or 9 years younger than me, but he's way more successful than I am. And it feels so good to say that right now on this platform as well, because he's a smart kid and he's doing
But
some
no
really
one
great
wants to
things.
follow the mom.
Sorry?
No sibling would like to follow the mom
I
on
think
her journey.
my brother would. He's also the president of the youth wing for BJP in Pune city. So he is very interested in politics and he's very good at it also. He's really loved by the people. So hopefully he is going to join her soon.
Somebody. आपके भी कुछ photographs हैं हमारे पास, पूजा जी. I wanted you
Okay.
to explain. Pradeep bhaiya, please put it photographs on screen. So let me discuss with Pooja ji about this.
Oh. I was called to talk at this event where all the school principals were being awarded for their excellence. And
Okay.
as an educator, I was told to come and talk about women in education and in general.
Okay.
So that's the occasion. Brainfeed was the person who was hosting this.
Okay. And this?
Same, it's the same event wherein they had given me a frame which said
Oh,
something about me being exemplary in my uh, field.
this is a great motivation seeing the young ladies coming forward and yes about this.
This, I was extremely privileged to have Smriti ji to come and inaugurate the BrickETC.com platform that I told you about, that
Yeah.
where school students can try out different careers before they actually choose.
Wow.
एंड उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि ये तुम सिर्फ स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स के लिए क्यों कर रहे हो पूजा, डू इट फॉर even women who are probably homemakers and want to educate themselves more and do something more with their time. And I took that advice. This was an event of Femina Circle. Femina Circle एक group है for women in Pune. And उसके लिए गेस्ट स्पीकर शिल्पा शेट्टी आए थे. आपको पता
Okay.
ही चल रहा होगा मुझे बड़बड़ करने की कितनी आदत है, तो इसलिए मैं उनसे भी गप्पे लगा रही थी. अ, शिंदे जी जब सीएम बने थे तो उनको दिवाली के लिए गिफ्ट देने में गई थी उस टाइम. तो मुझे पता भी नहीं ये पिक्चर आपको कहाँ से मिली. Because I don't think I've used it anywhere. This
Okay.
was one of the graduation ceremonies in my own college, where
Okay.
the two gentlemen on my right, both in blue, they were
Okay.
my chief guests, and they
Oh.
have spent minimum 50 years in the profession.
Oh. Wow.
So it was quite interesting to have them there to talk about what their journey was and to motivate the students.
Okay.
Oh, so this is my best. This is the fun time that I have. This is also my hobby, by the way. I
Wow.
do like a podcast with people in general. This particular podcast series is my favorite because here I talk to high school students about
Okay.
what change to bring to education. So reimagine education from their point of view.
So all four senior students sitting senior
Yeah.
than teacher.
Yes.
Okay. This.
This was at a summit. There was a WAVE summit that happened in Mumbai very recently. It
Okay.
was the World Audio Visual Summit that happened.
Okay.
And I was from the government side as an organizer. This was when I got an award. I received an award, and it was a surprise. I actually drove down from Mumbai just to be there in time to take that award, and the next morning I had to drive back to Bombay for a for a
Oh.
meeting.
Oh. Wow.
This
Okay.
was another award by Nav Bharat, which was very fortunately given by Mrs. Fadnavis.
A
Quite
great achievement.
recent, even 2025 ka hi hai ye,
Yeah, yeah.
for
Even she.
inspiring women.
I mean, you look like a mostly same because even she has joined for the 2-3 function to us also. Very, very,
Yes.
very cooperative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's lovely.
Yeah.
This is Ganpati time at CM's house in Mumbai.
Okay.
So Ganpati Aarti ke liye wo bulate hai. So I was privileged enough to be invited as well along with my mom. And yes, that was the picture.
Super.
God's blessing. Wow, I was a part of the jury for a design competition, which
Okay.
was by it was by a Pune design firm. They host it every year. I think this was their 11th year or something of hosting.
Okay.
This is again from the Wave Summit. Mom was also there as a guest, and
So
you can see Anupam
she's,
Kher in
she's your
the
mama?
background. That's
She's
my
your mom?
mother. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. She looks younger than me. Na, please don't say that.
No, not but I think she's your mom. Like look like a. Okay.
Sister. I've got that all my life. I tell her I can't hang out with her because of that reason.
Very rarely, very honestly, I think so. Bobby has not done a justice to give us a 30 minutes. Poojaji, I think we keep talking to you even for more than 1 hour will be a less. And I mean, it's a great, but what message you would like to give it to our audience, like who are listening to you today all over the world?
I think I would repeat myself, just follow what you are really passionate about, because only then will you be happy and do what is needed. Otherwise, if you're doing something for the heck of it, you never know when you just leave it on the way.
कुछ ऐसी बात पूजा जी जो मुझसे रह गई हो आपसे पूछने के लिए और आप अपनी ऑडियंस को बताना चाहती हो?
नहीं, आई थिंक मैंने बहुत बोल लिया सर। आई हैव टॉक्ड।
I think so. Maybe there's some of the things what maybe I had not targeted, and you would like to really informative for our audience, if you would like to say.
No, I'm fine. I think I've spoke about myself a lot. In fact, इतना खुद के बारे में बात करने की इतनी भी आदत नहीं है. But it was great. You made it seem very, very natural to me. It seemed like a conversation with someone I knew already. तो बहुत अच्छा लगा. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bobby ji, that आपने मुझे like you thought of me to have on this platform. I think it's really a privilege. Thank you so much.
Whatever, Pooja ji will pray for you. The Vsss Hindi Seva Sangam will pray for you really. Okay, that I think so. Vinod ji is still on the line. Vinod ji, you are hearing it, Pooja ji, whatever she spoke. I think so. He must be. Yes, he is there. Like I think so. All right. So Pooja ji, thank you so much for joining us today, and it's a great honor to us. I will pray for you, and it will be anything in Mumbai. You don't require because your mom and your contacts and your relations, but like as a well-wisher, in case we are there, I mean Bobby, me, all are there for you whenever you
Thank
need
you
us.
so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you Pooja ji. Thank you so much. तो ये थे आदरणीय पूजा मिसल जी और विनोद सर. आज अगर ये एपिसोड आपने मिस किया हो तो आज रात को कल जब भी आपको वक्त मिलता है YouTube पर जाकर के वॉच जरूर करिए और कमेंट जरूर पास करिएगा कि look at this young people where they are reaching and what they are achieving. I mean, it's a great lesson to us. We must learn something from them. So wish you all the best. कल शाम को 8 बजे मैं फिर आपसे मुलाकात करूंगा एक नए एपिसोड के साथ 1065. और कल जो हमारे साथ गेस्ट इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर आएंगे वो है so tomorrow we are having this celebration of what this festival, this all young ladies from all over the world. We are going to talk to you tomorrow 8 o'clock sharp. Till that, you have to just take care of yourself. Shivratri, good night and Jai Hind.